Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Radha Girivaradha Jai Gopi Jana Radha Girivaradha Yashodanandana Rajulana Yamuna Tira Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Jaya Radha Govinda Jaya Govinda Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamabhiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtavi Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bhangam Langayate Girit Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Deenadarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhudale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminandi Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatharini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 30th chapter, verse number 1. Please repeat the sloka after me. Kapila Uvacha
Kapila
Uvacha
Tasya Jana Nunam
Tasya jana nunam
Tasya Nunam
Tasya jano nunam
Nayam Veduru Vikramam
Nayam vedoru vikramam
Kalyamano Api Balino
Kalyamano api balino
Ayur Iva Ganavale
Vayurvaganavali
Uvacha
Kapila Uvacha
Nunam
Tasya jano nunam
Nayam Veduru Vikramam
Nayam vedoru vikramam
Kalyamano Api Balino
Kalyamano api balino
Ganavale
Vayurvaganavali.
See the synonyms. Kapila Uvacha, Lord Kapila said, Tasya Tasya, of this very time factor, Janaha person, Nunam certainly not, I am this, Veda knows, Uru Vikramam, the great strength, Kalyamanaha being carried off, Api although, Balina, powerful, Vayu of the wind, Iva like, Gana of clouds, Avali, a mass. Translation. The Supreme Personality, the Personality of Godhead said, as a mass of cloud does not know the powerful influence of the wind, a person engaged in material consciousness does not know the powerful strength of the time factor by which he is being carried. Yes, can you please read the proper Supriya Mataji? Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The great politician Pandita named Chanakya said that even one moment of time cannot be returned, even if one is prepared to pay millions of dollars. One cannot calculate the amount of loss there is in wasting valuable time. Either materially or spiritually, one should be very alert in utilizing the time which he has at his disposal. A conditioned soul lives in a particular body for a fixed measurement of time, and is recommended in the scriptures that within that small measurement of time, one has to finish Krishna consciousness and thus gain release from the influence of the time factor. But unfortunately, those who are not in Krishna consciousness are carried away by the strong power of time without their knowledge, as clouds are carried away by the wind. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshuni Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadam Adyam Danandi Swampadantikam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Dinani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauramani Pracharini Nitishesha Shunyamadi Pashyati Vishnani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare. So the chapter 30 is description by Lord Kapila of adverse fruitive activities. That's the topic. Kapila uvaja tasya jano nunam nayam vedur vikramam kalyamano api balino vayor iva ganavale. Answer from the personality of Godhead said, as a mass of clouds does not know the powerful influence of the wind, a person engaged in material consciousness does not know the powerful strength of the time factor by which he is being carried. Hare Krishna. So here Srila Prabhupada quotes the famous politician Pandita, that's Chanakya Pandit. He says that a moment of time that is wasted, it cannot be returned even if you pay millions of dollars. This is a very nice lesson to learn. Say one can calculate the amount of time that is wasting the valuable time, amount of loss there is in wasting valuable time. So how much of a time? So now it's like 8:43 here. So in 1 minute, it's like 8:44 now. So we'll never get back that 8:43 a.m. On 14th May 2023. It's gone forever, right? So Prabhupada says every moment should be used in the right way. So that is a symptom of a bhava stage of a devotee. What is that called? That is with a waste, not wasting even a moment, always engaging in Krishna consciousness. What is that stage in the bhava stage called? That is one of the symptoms of a person in bhava. There are 9 symptoms in that. One is this symptom. Yes, read Mataji. Yes. Avyartha Kalatam. Very good. Yes, it's called Avyartha Kalatam. So a person in bhava stage is constantly checking whether I am wasting my time. Even if when he's sleeping, he thinks that is waste of time. But that's in bhava stage. Like Srila Prabhupada slept 2 hours. The Goswami slept like 1 hour, 1.5 hours. That's it. Right? So even great devotees were like that. So, but even if when they rest, they think that is for the service of Krishna. So every moment they are very alert in utilizing the time which has been in disposal. Everyone have 24 hours, right? You can see some devotees reading Prabhupada's books like anything. They read hours together. Some of them, they chant more than 16 rounds. Some of them do wonderful services in one day. We also have that 24 hours. So what are we doing? No, we are not able to do so much. Why? Because we are wasting most of our time. And a moment that is wasted, how much ever lakhs of rupees you give, you can never get it back. That's what Chanakya Pandit quotes. And Prabhupada was like that. He always checks. So it's called Avyartha Kalatam. So when a person is in a bhava stage in bhakti, he has so many qualities like Shanti, he's tolerant, he's Namagane Sataruchi, he has the taste of chanting the holy name. Pritistad Vasadi Stale, he likes to stay in the dham of the Lord, right? And Gunakya, he likes to praise the Lord. And also Avyartha Kalatam is one of the qualities of, this comes in Bhakti Samdha Sindhu also, that sloka. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 23, verse 18 to 19. Shanti Ravyartha Kalatam Viraktir Mana Shunyata Asha Bandha Samukanta Namagane Sadaruchi Asaktistat Gunakyana Pritistat Vasatistale Iti Ado Anubhava Shur Jada Bhavana Kirjane. So Avyartha Kalatam, this is one of the symptoms of a person in bhava stage. Avyartha Kalatam means being free from wasting time. He'll never waste even a moment of time. So you can see when the seed of ecstatic emotion for Krishna fructifies, the following 9 symptoms manifest in one's behavior. So, Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajana Kriya, Narthanivati, when you go like that, when you reach the Bhava stage, these 9 symptoms are seen in a person. What is it? He is having forgiveness, Shanti. He is concerned that his time is not wasted. He is detached, Virakti, absence of false prestige, hope, Asha Bandha, eagerness, taste for chanting the holy name, Namagane Sataruji, attachment to the description of fanciful qualities of the Lord, Preetis Tadvasadi Sale, like to reside in a place like Vrindavan and everything. So these are the signs in an ecstatic symptom. It's also seen in the Bhakti Rasamsandha chapter. So here he is always checking, he's concerned whether his time is wasted or not. So here Prabhupada mentions that he utilizes every time for his Krishna consciousness, not for material things. Okay, so the small measurement of time. Why? Because he has to finish it. So here, those who are not in Krishna consciousness, they get carried away by the time. But those who are in Krishna conscious, they are alert, very alert in utilizing the time which he has, right? Because we have less time. So that's what he is telling us. We have to finish our Krishna consciousness and go back to Godhead. We have to finish Krishna consciousness in one life and try to go back, because the time will kill everyone and we will not get that time back. But what does Prahlad Maharaj says about time? When to start devotional service? What does Prahlad Maharaj says to us? Yes?
By birth.
Yeah, so as soon as possible, right? Some people won't be able to do it by birth. So Kaumara Acharat Pratni Dharman Bhagavata Niha Durlabam Manusha Janmam Tadabi Adruvam Arthadam. That's what Prahlad Maharaj says in the 7th canto, 6th chapter, verse number 1. Kaumara Acharat Pratni, soon as possible. So early childhood, tender age of childhood, yes, practice Krishna consciousness. Why? Durlabam Manusha Janmam. Durlava Manava Janava Satsang. Durlava to get a Manusha Janma. It's very rare. I've explained this, no? Why is it rare to get a human form of life? See, very rarely obtained. Durlabha, Manusha Janma, the human birth. Okay. So Prahlad Maharaj says somebody who's sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of life from the very beginning of the life. That means early age of childhood, to practice devotional services. Why? Because the human body is very rarely achieved. Although it's temporary, it is meaningful, because in human life, you can do devotional service and try to go back, right? It is said even the body is temporary. And then with this temporary or non-permanent body, you can get the permanent Lord. So use this non-permanent to get the permanent, right? So it is temporary, but then it is meaningful. Why? It can be used to perform devotional service. And why human body is rarely achieved? Why do we say it's very rare? Why is it say rare?
It takes 84 lakh species evolution to reach the human form.
Okay, that is one thing. So 84 lakh species. And in that 84 lakhs, how many are human?
Only 4 lakhs.
Only 4 lakhs. You can use that word. Only 4 lakhs, right? Chaturlakshani Manava. So only 4 lakhs. All the others, Jalajana, Valakshani, the aquatics are 9 lakhs. Pakshinam, Dashalakshana, 10 lakhs birds, and all the reptiles and trees and all that. In that only 4 lakhs. 4 lakhs is not only in this particular planet or universe, all over the universe. All universes have different living entities. We've seen in the previous slokas that there are millions of universes and millions of living entities in all the universes. So there also there can be human beings. But that human body may not be made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, like in this earth. It might be made up of some other components. Like in sun planet, the body will be made up of fire. Then only they can live there. So here, slight amount of devotional service can give us complete perfection. And this human body is very rarely achieved, and it has to be used in performing devotional service. Otherwise, it is meaningless. It is meaningless. So we have to use our human form of life in a right way. And for a devotee, it is said that rising and setting of the sun doesn't take away his life, because the devotee lives eternally. But for non-devotees, karmis, that's what it is said in the 2nd canto. Ayur haridi vaipum sam uthayan astam chayan asav tasyarte yat kshano nita uttamasloga vartayam. So by both rising and setting of the sun decreases the duration of life for everyone, except for one who utilizes the time by discussing the topics of the all good personality of Godhead. It's very rare to, it is actually means so much of punya, purva janma kritam punyam tata Srimad Then only can you read Srimad Bhagavatam. So much punya you should have accumulated to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So much punya you should have accumulated to teach Srimad Bhagavatam or speak Srimad Bhagavatam. So that means we all have been fortunate by Ajnana Sukriti, especially Prabhupada's mercy, that we are here. We are able to read Srimad Bhagavatam and hear it and read it. Right? So much punya you have utilized. Now, why do you waste your time by discussing other topics? That's like croaking of the frog. What does the frog do? It just do croak, 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 and then invite the snake to come. The snake is like the kala, the time factor. So as you keep some Gramya Katha, that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. What does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says about Gramya Katha? What does he say? What does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tell us about Gramya Katha?
We should not spend more time on Gramya Katha. Instead, we should do on Krishna Katha.
Yeah, so Gramya Katha na shunibe na bolibe. You should not hear it and also say. That's Prajalpa. So what should we do? We have to discuss the topics related to the all good personality of Godhead. Machitta madgata bodhayanda parasparam karayandashamam nityam tushyanti charam andicha. 10th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, 9th sloka says, when pure devotees meet, they speak about Lord. And when you do that, what happens? The setting and rising of the sun doesn't decrease the duration of your life. It decreases the duration of everyone's life, right? Everyone's lives. Prabhupada says when a child is born and it becomes like 2-year-old, 3 years old, it is not like he's becoming 2-year-old. It's already died to the 2-year-old, 2 years. Or when we become 20, 30, we have died so many years. That means we're going to live only some more years because the expiry date is already given to all of us, right? But those who take to Krishna consciousness, Krishna expands their lifetime because Krishna is Kala, Krishna is time. When you pray to the Lord will give us more chance to do devotional service. That's what Lord Narasimhadev is doing. Right? He's protecting a devotee so that human form of life, even though it's what is it? Dehinam Shana Banguram. Durlabha Manusha Deham, Dehinam Shana Banguram. Tatrabi Durlabha Manya Vaikunda Priyadashna. Durlabha Manusha Deham, Dehinam Shana Banguram. It's very rare to get a human form of life. Durlabha Manusha Deham, Dehinam Shana Banguram. That Deha, that body, it can get destroyed anytime. But then we should use it for self-realization. So here it is said the greater importance of utilizing the human form of life to realize our lost relationship with the Lord. That's very important because time and tide waits for no man, right? So by the time of sunrise and sunset, what happens? A normal person wastes his time. So human life is awarded according to the jiva so that he can realize his spiritual identity. So if we don't use it in a right way, as Prabhu was giving an example, that you use a paperweight, to put the papers at place. But instead, you take a mobile phone and use it as a paperweight. Then what is the use? As when Mataji had chandan at home, the Malay chandan or the sandalwood, and she's using it for cooking as firewood because she don't know the importance of that sandalwood. So similarly, this human form of life is used only for aharam nidra bhaya maidunam cha. Eating, mating, sleeping, defending, then we are also wasting the human form of life, right? So next what happens? We won't get a human form of life next. So the oral reception is very important and we have to give this every time should be used in Krishna services because those who are not in Krishna consciousness, they get carried away by strong power of time. So once it so happened that you all would have seen that famous picture where a person is hanging on the tree and there is on the ground, there is a pond where there is full of poisonous snake. And on the side, the tree is being uprooted by a mad elephant and above there are rats, right? All of you have seen. And above him, there is something hanging. What was it? The famous picture. What was it hanging above him when he was hanging on the
Honeycomb.
Honey.
And what was that person doing?
He was licking the honey.
Yes.
Yeah, he was trying to lick that honey, right? So what the same picture, but then it is put in such a way that he was hanging on the tree and there was on the ground there was a pond with poisonous snake and crocodiles, and above there was a elephant who's trying to uproot him. So he can't stay so much on the tree, his hands will pain, and there's a honeycomb on above him and he's trying to taste that honey, and above him that an aeroplane came like a helicopter. And from the helicopter, a person is dropping a ladder for him to climb. So that the hanging ladder, he's like, come up. So that ladder, it is called, so the person who's dropping that ladder, who's that? Lord Krishna is driving the aeroplane, but who's dropping the ladder?
Guru.
Guru, the spiritual master. For our case, it's Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada is dropping the ladder. And what is that ladder? That ladder has 12 steps. What is that ladder?
Bhakti.
12 steps. It has 12 steps.
Bhagavatam.
Very good.
Srimad
Srimad Bhagavatam, yes. So Srimad Bhagavatam, which has 12 cantos, that's why it has 12 steps. Srimad Bhagavatam is the ladder which Srila Prabhupada is dropping from the spiritual sky. That means Prabhupada have translated all these Srimad Bhagavatam for us. And 12 steps are there. How many of you are on the 12th step? How many are in the first step? That means how many are reading first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, finished reading. So you're in the first step. Again, 11 more to climb. When will we do that? Can we do this in this lifetime? Right? So if you read 41 pages every day, then you can finish Srimad Bhagavatam in 1 year. Otherwise, it's difficult. 18,000 slokas are there. So Srila Prabhupada is ready in the helicopter, which is driven by Krishna, and the Kuru Parampara have dropped the ladder to us. It's having 12 steps, just 12 steps. That's it. And each step is each canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. First canto is the lotus feet of Krishna. Then the second canto is when you come up, it's the legs. Third is the thighs. Then like it goes up. 10th is the beautiful face of Krishna. 12th is the head. And then when you reach the 12th canto, you can climb up. But then are we using that ladder? No. What are we doing instead? Licking the honey that's falling from the honeycomb. Little material happiness which we are getting here. Srila Prabhupada is waiting there. Come up. Come back to Godhead. Come back to Godhead. I have given you the 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, the ladder, but we are not bothered. What are we doing? We are licking the honey that's coming. And this man who was hanging, he was also looking around. Everybody, all the other trees also had people. Everyone were licking the honey. Only few people were climbing the ladder. Who were there? Who are the people who started climbing, or who are the ones who climbed?
Devotees.
Yeah. So devotees, once Yamaraj had a conversation with the Yamadutas, okay? The Yamadutas went to Yamaraj and complained, we can't do anything now. We are not able to touch any people. Why? Because all the devotees have neck beads, tulsi mala around the neck, and also have tilak. So those who are not wearing tulsi mala and neck, be careful. Yamadutas can come, because Yamaraj have said those who have kanti mala, tulsi beads and the tilak, never approach them. And the Yamadutas also said, all the houses have Srimad Bhagavatam. All the houses, they are hearing and reading Srimad Bhagavatam daily, Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. All the houses, there is chanting of the holy name going on. All the houses, they are offering, taking as prasadam. So nowhere is Yamadutas can approach. All go with Srila Prabhupada. It's because of him that everything is happening. We are able to sit at home and have prasadam and hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So when you do that, the time is not lost. Otherwise, by constant raising and setting of the sun, if we don't utilize our time to discuss the topics of the Lord, then that means what? A devotee's body also get perished. But then, Kaunteya Prajahi Name Bhakta Pranashidi, a devotee never perish, in the sense eternally the devotee lives. Eternally. Right? In the next life also, he can continue from where he stopped. So let's utilize this. Prabhupada says, gives once Prabhupada's disciple, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he's no more, but he was sincerely serving Srila Prabhupada for like so many years, more than 50 years. So somebody asked him, how are you able to serve Srila Prabhupada such a good mood, or in such a sincere way? So he said, Prabhupada said one instruction and I took it as my life and soul. Prabhupada said one thing. Prabhupada said, give this one life to Krishna. Next life, we don't know what are we going to be. According to our karma, we can be anywhere, any part of the world, or whatever we are. But then this life, we have good consciousness. If we are intelligent enough, then you should use, Prahlad Maharaj also says, right? If you are intelligent enough, this who's intelligent, pratnya means who's sufficiently intelligent. If we are intelligent enough, we should give this one life to Krishna. And see, so many janmas we wasted, right? And there's those who I don't know, everyone knows. Anybody heard about Pundanam? From Kerala. He was a great devotee of Lord Guruvayurappan. What did he write? Anyone knows? He wrote a famous poem regarding
Jnanapana.
very good. Yes, Jnanapana. So Jnanapana was written by, I'll just read the translation because it's related to today's topic. So here it is said, he says, count of every moment reduces one lifespan, and our desires are running up fast. Onam has come, in the sense one festival has come, Vishu is over, Tiruvadira is yet to come. These are all different festivals. And then my birthday is also coming. That means my death, next is the death anniversary. Everything is coming. Then what happens? Oh, I should get a son. You have different desires. I should have a son and he should get married. I should have a child in that son. And then we think about this. And then what happens? Like if you think like this, then finally the death will come. Ittamoro chindicheve chattu pogunna pavam Shiva Shiva. In the sense, I'll think, while thinking all these things, I am going to die. Okay, so he's saying that I want a son and I want that son to get married. I want to see the grandson. So we have a lot of material desires, right? So here it is said, the thoughts of climbing up the ladder of desires. So when you keep climbing up the desires, then what happens? Finally, the death will come and take us. We have a lot of plans. Oh, my daughter should get married. My daughters, I should see the grandchildren. And then, okay, you have that desires, fine. But then along with that, do Krishna conscious activities also. No, only material desires, we are wasting our human form of life, because Prabhupada says one has to finish Krishna consciousness in one life and try to release from the influence of time factor. That time will always affect us. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi will keep on affecting us. But then the moment we take to Krishna consciousness, then time cannot touch you. And sometimes devotees say, we don't have time to chant. So what does Prabhupada says? You have time to eat, you don't have time to sleep. Now why don't you have time to chant? So we have to finish our chanting and also the reading of Srila Prabhupada's books. And Atul Krishna Prabhu also gave a nice point, right? If you don't have time to sit and read, at least hear the lectures. You type any of the Bhagavad Gita verses, you type any Bhagavatam verse, you can hear Prabhupada's lectures regarding that particular verse. So because Prabhupada is also speaking from his books, so which Krishna has actually came and translated. So make use. So today's take-home lesson is make use of the 12 steps Srila Prabhupada has given, the Guru Parampara has given. Some people have climbed even the first step. Your Srimad Bhagavatam is as it is in your house. If the book is not there, some gives that reason. We don't have the book. If you don't have the book, at least read from Veda base. One of my friends have a reading group, a small group where they sit and read Srila Prabhupada's book, Krishna book, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's very nice. If we are not able to do it alone, let's do it in a group. Let's start reading Srila Prabhupada's books. That's very important. But we should take care that no prachalpa happens in that group. We should all start reading Prabhupada's books. So once we get the taste of reading, then it becomes a habit. Without reading, you don't feel like leaving it. So you have to keep reading Srimad Bhagavatam, because that's the first 12 steps. One of my friends have finished 12 cantos, again is reading the 12 cantos. That means already she entered the Vaikunta aeroplane, which Prabhupada has given, the 12 cantos, again is trying to climb once more. So that means again can go more and more higher and higher to Krishna's world. So how much ever you read, you will never feel like, sometimes you feel like forgetting, that's okay. It happens like that sometimes, but the more you put interest in something, you'll never forget. That's what. Will you ever forget your birthday or something very special happening in your life? Why? Because you're so much attached to it, or you have so much interest in it. So if you have interest, you'll never forget Srimad Bhagavatam. So let's start reading it, because Prabhupada has given that 12 cantos, and also he has given Chaitanya Charitamrita also. But at least let's start with Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, daily start to read. Develop that habit of reading. If we don't have the habit, get into a group, have some devotees with you, association, and start reading Srila Prabhupada's book. And you don't know how it will finish, because each purpose of Srila Prabhupada is the devotional ecstasy. He is a pure devotee, and he has given us Krishna through his purpose. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tomorrow is Ekadashi, and it's a special request from Namanishta Prabhu. Please join us for Mangalore at 4:30 a.m. followed by Japa session at 5 o'clock. The same temple link. Please, let's all chant together. on Ekadashi. It's very powerful to chant in a devotee association, and attending Mangalarati on Ekadashi is double bonus. So please do attend Mangalarati, and Prabhu wants more and more devotees to join. The same link, please join. Okay, and let's all chant together. And tomorrow is the best day. Those who have not started climbing the first step of Srila Prabhupada's 12 steps ladder of Srimad Bhagavatam, tomorrow is the best day to start. Let's start reading Srila Prabhupada's books from tomorrow. Okay, that's Ekadashi. Not like postponing it, but let's do it. Okay, really. Hare Krishna, Ravi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. For Ekadashi, what is the food that we can cook in the house so that everybody can eat?
Not everybody is taking Ekadashi fast.
No, Mataji, even I'll be doing it for the first time. So I thought what things should
Okay,
be
like that. Then they can have sabudana, they can have quinoa, they say quinoa.
Yeah.
They have peanuts and all the fruits and vegetables. You can eat all the fruit except mushroom, onion, and garlic. You can have all the vegetables, all the fruits. You can make nice juice or milk and all the sweet preparations, except cereals and grains. Okay, you can
Okay.
have Mataji.
Okay, Mataji.
Yes, Neeraja Mataji, Hare Krishna. And Mataji, you're taking Ekadashi for the first time. Be careful of breaking the fast on Tuesday morning. I think 6:30 to 10. Try to break the fast at the right time. Yes, Neeraja Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, can we have the seeds of jackfruit on that day? Seeds of jackfruit. It is not grain, no? Like
Yeah,
it's
that
like
you can have.
you can have Mataji.
Yes. Peanuts you can have. Peanuts.
Yes. And makhana also we can have, no, lotus seeds.
Yeah, lotus seeds they have. Yes, they have.
Yeah. Okay.
So roasted or something, and then can have peanuts. Yeah, all the vegetables. There's and after that, I think 31st is the next Ekadashi. 31st Ekadashi is Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. That is those all the effect of taking all the 24 Ekadashi in the whole year. You become equal to taking one Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, because Bhima could not take Ekadashi. He likes to eat. He's a voracious eater, right? And so he went and told to Krishna, every month 2 Ekadashis, 24 Ekadashi a year, how much I should fast? I can't fast like that. So Krishna said, okay, you take 1 Ekadashi, that too Nirjal. Nirjal means even without water, from sunrise to sunrise, from Ekadashi day to the Dvadashi, not even a drop of water. So if you take Nirjala on that specific Ekadashi, that is 31st May, Wednesday, the next Ekadashi that's coming. So if you take that, Nirjal, then all the effect of taking all the 24 Ekadashi throughout the year, and that Mataji who's going to take Ekadashi for the first time, you can take Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, not even drinking a drop of water, and then you get the effect of taking all the 24 Ekadashi. Try to do, because the climate, you should check your health and everything. I'm not forcing anyone. You should not fall down because of that. And those who can take, because your health is also important. Yeah, that's why he called Vrigodara, Bhima. So try to take. If you can't, your health is important, because Prabhupada says first health. Prabhupada never appreciated Nirjala Ekadashi or anything. Prabhupada gave importance to service. You should be able to serve. Taking Nirjal and going and sleeping somewhere, that's not Ekadashi. You should not sleep days or during the day during Ekadashi. So eat water. So you can take Nirjal or Sajal, drink only water, or Safal, only fruits and liquids. And you can take Ekadashi Prasadam, but break with the grains on the next day. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining. Okay, so tomorrow, please join for Mangalarati and Japa session. Okay, and let's all chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Kodi Vaishnavanda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.